What's up guys, it's Manga Time once again and I'm here today to do my companion video to my review of Bleach 552, The Fundamental Virulence. Now, good chapter. I was obviously a little disappointed that, Kang Do happened to get basically trolled at the end by Urahara, although I'm kind of averse to using that term because the explanation was fairly well done, and I liked it as well because a lot of people did bring up the fact that Harabel, her resurrection hadn't been taken. They kind of thought that was weird. The majority of people, probably like myself, did put that down to somehow they couldn't take the resurrection, but that was debunked in the last chapter. So before we kind of move on to matchups, let's just kind of talk about the Shin'e Yaku a little bit. I I presume that Urahara got this Reiatsu off the gathering of Arankars that we saw. Now, what this doesn't kind of explain, in my opinion, is the last time we saw Urahara, he was kind of looking at Kurge's disc, his medallion, and he was doing something to it. Now, I don't know what on earth that actually told Urahara, because, he in the end, he must have known, it sounds like he knew that Quincy have always been poisoned by hollows. So I don't really get what... I thought when he was looking at the medallion it was going to tell him how they stole the Bankai. So yeah, maybe that's another revelation he's hiding, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, he has shown these pills off. Now, something I neglected to mention in my review is that Akon says that they have located every Captain Reiatsu in the Seirete, and they've transported a pill there. So that implies that Soifon has been given a pill. So why was Omida given a pill? Does Omida have Bankai? That, to me, would be a step too far. I'm fine with Hisagi having it, because he's always been shown to be powerful, always been shown to think on his feet, and, ready to train. When Tosen left, Hisagi was the only one to actually continue running his team efficiently. That'd be fine. That'd be cool. I'd even be fine if Matsumoto had it, because we know she's been trying to learn it in the past. She's just a little lazy. However, over the last 2 years, I'd be fine with that. Omida, however, that is really pushing it. Really pushing it. I mean, yeah, the dude's had some nice development as of late. He's been shown that he can actually care about people. And we know he's not that weak. I mean, he's kind of weak, but it's his attitude more that lets him down. But yeah, if he had a Bankai, that would really be too far, in my opinion. If he had a Bankai, why didn't he use it against BG9? Because BG9 already had a Bankai, so theoretically he wouldn't be able to take another one, but I guess maybe they didn't know that. So yeah, that's... Omida getting a Bankai, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I think it's possibly a little too far-fetched, but a lot of people are thinking that that's what Kubo's doing with that, so God knows. But yeah, as far as my question about Kurge, yeah, I mean, you guys have come up with some really good comments, actually, and a couple of them are what I'm using for comment of the week. But I actually happen to agree with what you said, and in fact, I'll get to that later. That makes more sense to talk about that with comment of the week. So, matchups. Again, this isn't going to be a hugely long video because we haven't been introduced to any new fights recently, actually. Askin appears to have disappeared, which is hilarious. I love the fact that he has actually just walked off. I think that's hilarious. Kind of hoping Kang will be alright. I think he'll be fine. He seems to be one of the more major Sturmritter, and I doubt Kubo would just kill him off like that. That would be such a shit thing to do. If he did that, I'd be so annoyed. I think Kang will be alright. I think, if anything, next chapter, predictions now, 553, could start with, Basby will obviously be like, what the hell is going on? Now, what I am surprised about is the fact that Kang appears to have loads of blood shooting out of him. And I think I theorised in my review that might be coming from the Bankai, because I think Toshiro has shown blood when he's done like his ice clone and stuff before. But at the same time, if it's coming from Kang, how does that make sense? All that's happened is he's been poisoned, apparently, so why would he be like spouting blood as if he's just been slashed? That's weird. It definitely appears the Bankai is breaking apart, though, like dying on him, which is interesting. I personally think he will survive by just dismantling the Bankai and being like, holy crap, I don't want this anymore. Maybe he'll give it back to Toshiro, but that'd be kind of weird. I do think Toshiro's probably going to get it back, however, Toshiro is in no fit state to fight. He's not only is he on the ground, apparently unable to move, He's got third-degree burns going down him. So yeah, he might get it back, but he won't be any kind of place to fight. Same with Soifon. I don't believe she has the Reiatsu right now to manage firing off Jacko Raiko. Maybe she does, but I would have thought she was expelling it quite a lot with Shunko. So I don't know. I'd be surprised if either of them were to be able to use their Bankai. What this does mean, however, the best news this brings is that we are finally going to be able to see some new Bankai, some awesome Bankai. My most wanted Bankai is Shinsui. I can't wait to see it, but I don't think we'll see that for a while. It'd be pretty neat if... I mean, I'm going to keep preaching this just as I think loads of people have. Rose arrived to take on Basby, and we finally got some word on Kira. Then we see Rose's Bankai. That would be a great fight. I'd love to see that fight. Because obviously Baz is very hot-headed. Rose is quite serene and tranquil. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see that fight. It'd be great to see Rose doing something as well. Because I'm surprised Kubo didn't play on this more, because now that we know this, the Vizard could have fought effectively in the first invasion. Obviously they didn't know that. However, it would have been great to see them do something. I mean, obviously they don't know that because Kensei thought he was going to lose his Bankai. He said that to Hisagi afterwards. So that's not going to happen anymore. And that's really weird, actually, because I had Kensei primed to lose his Bankai. I really thought he was going to lose it. I still think Miuri might, although maybe at this rate no one's going to lose their Bankai. However, some people have said that maybe Yuhavak has already anticipated this, which would make a lot of sense. Yuhavak is the main man. He is the progenitor of the Quincy. So if anyone knows that Hollows are bad news for Quincy, it's Yuhavak. And you would have thought he would have been like, well, because he knows they have Vizard captains. So you thought he would have possibly entertained the fact that they could Hollowfy. So I really wouldn't be surprised. I'd actually love it if the Stereo turned around and were like, and just trolled the Shinigami again. That'd be brilliant. And we got another As-Not troll face. That'd just be legendary. But I don't think it's going to happen. Although this could be the hope spot, the part where you think the Shinigami might stand a chance. However, I don't know. I kind of hope it is, because like I've said countless times, I don't want the Quincy to go down this fast. And actually a lot of people seem to want the same. They don't want Quincy to go down so fast either. Which makes sense. Yeah, I don't think Kang's down. Interestingly, BG9, Az, and Mambietta, they are probably going to be okay, I think, because I don't think they use the Bankai. Az isn't, because Byakuya's not there. And technically, so neither is Komamura, so Mambietta's okay. BG9's receipt doesn't need to use it, which it really annoys me, because Kang didn't need to use it either, but whatever. Cuba had to demonstrate it on someone, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, as far as predictions go, someone is probably going to... Unless Kubo does the unthinkable and actually kills Toshiro, which I don't think is going to happen, someone has to intervene and fight Kang. Now, a lot of people think it's going to be Ishin. It's too early for Ishin, I would say. I think it's too early. Although, Urahara is already in Soul Society, and that is madness when you think just how dragged out his arrival in Karakura Town was. So, yeah, it could be Ishin time, but I think it's possibly close to being a Rankar time. This is their big moment, this is why they're relevant again. So this would be a great time for like Grimjo to jump in and be like, I'm poison for you bitches, or something like it is. But no, I definitely think this is a Rankar moment right now. The Shinigami are getting their asses whooped. Well, I would have liked to see more Shinigami fighting rather than just Toshiro and Soifon, but whatever. This is a great time for the Ranker to come in and get their back, a bit like the Your Enemy is My Enemy, or whatever it's called chapter. So yeah, I think the Rankar could come in. Anyway, as for comment of the week, they're pretty similar, because I picked relatively similar comments, but one's from LB23Cav, saying, maybe the reason Kurge wasn't injured could be because he was in Quincy Volstendig form, and Shamir15 enlightened me as to the form Tekken 101 came up with, which I saw when I later watched his review. Also saying that slavery that Kurge used converts the Reishi before the Quincy can use it, as opposed to the Bankai stealing, which just cuts and pastes Bankai directly onto the Quincy. Great comments, guys. Thanks a lot for bringing them to my attention. Tekken's theory it does make a lot of sense, and it could work, because slavery is the complete domination, the complete slavery of Reishi. So you'd think, and the Quincy are absolute masters of Reishi. Aski and Naklavar in 547 said that they could theoretically do anything they wanted with Reishi. However, I would think that if Kurge could do what he wanted with the Reishi, why would it manifest as actual Alon body parts on him? Because Kurge strikes me as something of a narcissist. When he absorbs it, he says, I didn't want to have to do this because it taints my wings with my holy wings with evil. And when he says that, he looks all grotesque. So I would think if he had complete control, he would kind of look how he does regularly, and he wouldn't be worried about being tainted. Also, the Alon body parts seem to slowly drop off. So that would imply that either he's ditching them so that he doesn't get too badly poisoned, or they're dropping off anyway. Because the poison's taking effect, or it's his body doing that, but as Uruhara said, they have no natural defense against Holo Reiatsu, so I don't know. Great theories, guys, and great comments, but I'm going to leave it to Kubo to kind of try and clarify that, if he does. If he doesn't, then frankly, that's what I'm going to go with, what Tekken said, so thanks a lot, Shame, for bringing that up. But that's kind of it for this video, guys. My question of the week to you guys, Kangdu was revealed this week to be the Iron, but what is his ability? What does the Iron do? I kind of thought he has the strongest blute out of them all, but frankly that would be immensely disappointing. So yeah, I'd love to see some creative responses in the comments below, guys, just put them down there. And that's it for this week's video, guys. I shall catch you next time for 553, but until then, don't forget to subscribe, and see you later.